Vibrations thump through your blue soul. The music sounds much better. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written.
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all. It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it.
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make. Can't escape the sound! Can't escape the future! Yeah! Back on the case! No disgrace! Bring it the first page of the second chapter!
Could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months and will continue. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right, but how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? No! This is the answer! What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
I know! So does mine! Uh-huh. Oh! Yeah! Good morning! Yeah!
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's low, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So,
What? Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about anodic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix.
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out.
Cupman! No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Or
Yeah! Revolution!
unless you were thinking Revershow imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too.
Oh sure, I can do that! If you want that, I can afford.
Please don't turn him into a...
I don't even know what to say to that.
Aye! It's time to compromise! I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which...
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic. But it'll have to do for now.
Dark hardcore!
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love! Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. 'Cause I've never loved...
A dopamine surge accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipated into your neck. Feels... She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she...
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool, but that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are. Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. Sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know? Oh, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like... But earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic. Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess. Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. Who do you want to know about? Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck.
Yes, anyway. Come to think of it, yes. He's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether, yes. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean do? Like for a he's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself. Sir, I abide by the law. It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Kind of. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people. Yeah, I hope you do. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. He's the... Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you...
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Yes, forever. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge... He basically just stands on the stage and dances.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze. Anyway.
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forberg. Or maybe even... Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? Yes. Better that. Sure.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite a sell, using her contact mic to listen. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Okay.
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner, and I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days. Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools. That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude, the sea. Perhaps I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well. Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world, perishing. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. Art of core. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass, like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really don't like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires, put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total. Okay. I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye. You defend her, law minion. She was a mass murderer.
What's mellow, man? Mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of mass murder on the floor.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, she invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers, you set the standard, alright. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers. You may be onto something, Copper Man. She's got those mass murdering hips.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? But it isn't. And you shouldn't come back to this anymore. This should be the last time. Stop talking about that damn window, please.
Hard to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly white. I did get to talk to the crab man. Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a... Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. Talking to him, I realise that sobriety can be pretty hardcore too. The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about it. Good thing you didn't squash him. The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place not like a literal sarcophagus, encasement, confinement of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman has experienced. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church. Surround it, I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for. And it'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All that seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance. Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well. They're hardcore. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it. Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime.
shine on these sunglasses lasts.
No luck.
Oh!
Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection against the sun. Not like those cheap plastic shades.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you. The shine on these sunglasses lasts. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden and alright. But these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being yes. But they also make your soul quiver like jello.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you...
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
A man who knows his style. Much respect. Everything's still cool here, officer. Tapes? You mean like music tapes? No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell tapes. Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry. No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, Mr.
You should have a look. It's better than nothing. The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 81. You tree-hugging pansy. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. A wintry breeze blows by. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and it curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it? You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you. You mean re-spooling? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless. No, it's different. Those film tapes actually mean something to me. But this, sure. The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds for that matter. That's fair. It's been a long time since my Madakwa hunting days. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't... This was before, you know. Lost touch with them after all of that. I'm not sure. I wasn't even sure about our old recordings, which I no longer have. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sound.
Do we really have time for this?
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low. Like it's not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just at... He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds. Some seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
And skewers, but... shh.
That's it. The signal in the low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Imamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds. You mean re-spooling? But I'm not some Mr. Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just...
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy, you know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall, a sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness.
There's a but, isn't there? There's always a but.
Yeah, man, no. I rather like this place happy too. You know, where I work. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project. Yeah, a sanctuary.
There's a but, isn't there?
I rather like it here too. So yeah, it was. Re-spooling isn't that difficult. Anyhow, it's yours now. Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just...
his ear. He listens.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Wow! Here's that? The signs match perfectly! Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be...
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why...
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is... No. This is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. Something mysterious is going on here.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember.
I think you might know the answer. What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Yes, what is it?
Close your eyes. Unfold your mental map of Martinez. It's morning. Your eye follows the tiles west. You see a bench and a few twisted, pitiful trees. Beyond the unkempt backyard rises a monstrous assemblage of concrete, plaster. You turn around. The morning sun is blinding. You bring your hand to your brow and a great shadow materializes before you.
The dead king and his horse. It could work.
It may work, you think, but why do you feel like there may be a terrible cost?
We'll need an adequate power supply and a great quantity of cable. If we connect the cables to some of the stranded lorries, we could theoretically increase the antenna's wavelength exponentially.
Whatever ambivalence she had about your project before, she's now fully engaged in solving this technical puzzle.
Quiet. I'm doing maths. Yes, assuming we can find just a... It's completely ridiculous, but I believe we could transform the entire route...
A note of awe in her voice. She's shocked and pleased by her own audacity.
Your sense of style isn't my concern. I'm only here to tell you what's feasible or not from a technical... I have plenty of cables and amplifiers on hand. The power supply, I will secure on my own. I cannot answer that for you, but I don't expect it to be that difficult. If you have real to spare, you might even be able to buy one. But it doesn't really matter where it comes from, so long as it...
And before you ask, no, you can't have the radio from Machinima.
Certainly, though it requires a fair amount of technical finesse to remove them. Frankly, it's not worth the bother. Just find a regular radio.
I highly doubt that. When I crank the volume on my dyno wave, it's like you're in the front row at the National Concert Hall. Joke all you want, detective. Whatever radio you manage to scrounge up won't lay a finger on my setup.
There is no need to go out of your way to find a top-shelf radio for this purpose. As long as it's functional, that sounds like a perfectly adequate radio. Possibly. It's worth a look at the list. In the meantime, I will gather the rest of the materials. We will meet back here when you have it.
That's a deal! Yeah!
Hello, hello. A transceiver, is it?
He produces a machine encased in a blue bake light. The lieutenant whistles.
A genuine Kristallsprach. This is a connoisseur's model, good for picking up.
The Model 9 also comes equipped with a signal purifier to suppress crosstalk. Especially good around here with our funky reception.
In other words, it will put even the lieutenant's beloved dyno wave to shame.
It's about as close to perfection as a transceiver gets. And we're only asking 120 real for it. You'll be back again, I've got a feeling.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to the librarian.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer? Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright?
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in...
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago. but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any... Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell.
Any signs of violence? Did you perform a field autopsy?
It looked like an accident to me, Alice. But that's for the guys in processing to confirm.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Any information on the library card? Good. You have a list. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? Right.
10-4, come in. Firework, over. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to record. 10-4. Orders as orders. Anything else? Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. It will take...
Her voice...
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Great. Have a medal. I have an autopsy to attend to. An autopsy of...
Fucking, I'm not dead. It just hurts, okay?
Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her. You must have me confused for a close personal friend. I am not. I am a medical...
You hear someone whine in the background. My eye, Doc, my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. You mean why did...
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off. No? Not me. No, sorry. People don't...
So the union has a phone.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on.
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Not yet. But I was at 57.
In the cabin, you... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. We promised 50 seconds.
In the cabin, you... Both cables are... Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting...
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance...
Whoa! In your hand, Pyrrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens, rare and gritty. No problem. This one's for the brave and sensitive ones anyway. It could improve your human interactions, but you threw that chance away.
You've passed up your chance to start using Pyrrolidon for now, but don't worry. The option to use it becomes a...
Fuck does Kuno care? The fuck about it? Your tester... Get lost! Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you picked it after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno! Speak louder, Kuno!
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh?
The kid may have something there. He's all...
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there.
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He liked...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno! Yeah? Get your bacon shit away! Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the... Look at that fucking... Fuck does...
Kuno knows the ladder is unclimbable. The lieutenant takes a quick note.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno! Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno? You already know that. Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaut. The fuck do you want with it? Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about... Kuno doesn't...
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing that, dear. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times.
Her voice is shaky. What is...
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
That really is too much, sweetie.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given...
Different? How? I'm in doubt, sweetie. It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but...
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't... Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone. No, at least I don't think I did, but that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. But now we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever and I need to... Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel. Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but... You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to...
A waste of time. A fool's hope. Say like that. She drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside the
We should go too.
The man ponders his... You see a heavy steel door. The door does not. The door does. The cobalt, old cobalt. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this.
Hey.
Well, well. Bringing in that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Another thing. Great. Yes?
The door is... This door can only... Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick... You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Hey.
That felt good. Don't. Everyone is a whore. What does that even mean? You hear the murmur. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. I told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. The fan stands still. The bed is still cold from the broken window.
Hello again.
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the measures in...
You hear someone walking around. A plaster cast, but weathered brown door. The number reads, "Something smells good." The lieutenant motions to you to get yourself together. It's just police work.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door, and
we have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of B. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
the lieutenant motions.
Hello? Who?
And someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please.
Tidying up.
Come in. The door is open. It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind? No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
How have I been? You're not here to discuss me.
Can't write a scene without knowing the actors.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and... They came home later. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. He has a problem with drinking, and so he's probably in the box drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now. Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at...
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if...
It is.
Just to return a book of mine? Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he... Yes. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so... No, well, the lining is hand-sewn, it's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of...
She folds her hands. Here it comes. She looks up, too anxious to say. She looks up, too anxious to say anything. You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say? Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner...
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there. How long had he been?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching.
Here.
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
Unreal.
God. Should I call them?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that they are seeing?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon.
We should step outside and talk. You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here. Let's go.